Hi, Amy. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you doing, Ariel?
I'm doing really good. Amy, she does loans with Groves Capital, and I'm Ariel. I do real estate here in the LA County area, including up in Santa Clarita. And, I've been dealing with a lot of first-time buyers, and they've been asking me one question. It's like, I can't do it. They said, I can't do it, or can I do it? Because I don't have the full 20% for a down payment on a
Mm,
house.
that's actually a
And
very common misconception. A lot of buyers think that they need the 20%, and the 20% is only an option if you do not want to pay that private mortgage insurance.
I
Um,
see. So you really don't need like the full 20% collected sitting in your bank account before you can even go out, look at houses, try and get, pre-approved for a loan. You don't need
that
any of that, Amy?
that's correct. You can buy a home with as little as 3% for a conventional for a first-time home purchase, or with FHA 3.5% down. And there's also government programs available for down payment assistance where you can get a grant for the 3.5% down payment that's required.
A
Um,
grant, a grant, does that mean like you don't have to repay it or it's not a loan? Like, is it like free money?
it is free money. It does have a little bit of a higher interest rate. So you'll want to talk to your lender to get your pricing. But it's a great way to get your foot in the door if it's just such a struggle for you to rent and save money for that down payment. Even a down payment that's 3% on a $900,000 home. I mean, that's a lot of money. And if it's going to take 10 years to save for that down payment, why not take advantage of a down payment assistance program, or try to get another option that people don't realize is to ask their family members for a gift.
Yeah,
Um,
Amy, can I interrupt you? When you said talk to your lender, folks, I gotta point this out. You don't have to talk to a lender and this lender and that lender. You can talk to several lenders by talking
yes,
to Amy, because Amy's a mortgage loan broker and she deals with hundreds of lenders on your behalf. So she can shop the best rates for you. And once she gets you pre-approved, then give me a call and we can start looking because it'll be a nice experience because we'll know what you're pre-qualified for. So
that's that's right. Thank you, Ariel.
0.035% on 500,000, that's a $17,500 down payment. And you're saying that there are grants they could get for that 3.5% that lenders typically require.
That's correct. So there's a couple different ones, but there's a Shinoa down payment assistance program, there's CalHAPA, and there's also special programs for medical professionals, civil servants, people that are considered in the front line, like heroes, like a firefighter.
Public servant, you mean folks that work for local government, state government, federal government? Is that what you mean?
That's correct. So there's grant programs available for those types of people. So if you're in one of those professions, nurses falls into that category, educators falls into that category. So, there's great things available that the government provides, and why not take advantage of them? The cost of living is so high here in California. And, it can be a challenge to save that 3.5%.
Oh, absolutely. This is wonderful. I wish these grant programs were around when I bought my first house.
Me
I
too.
know I was able, this was a godsend. I only had to I think I had to put down maybe 5% back then, and they allowed me to borrow
Mhm.
from my retirement account,
That
like
is
a
an
loan.
option. I have a borrower right now looking at the fees associated with that, but that is another option. You know, Whoever you're talking with, make sure that they give you several options. because you want to know what all your choices are so that you can make the best choice that meets your needs and your comfort level.
Yeah,
You
you don't
know,
want to just go to one lender, do you? You just like, because people, that's what they usually do. They go to one lender, they go to like B of A, and then they go to
mhm,
Chase, and then they
mhm,
go to their credit union. With you, they can go to all of the, you can submit their application to all of available lenders and find the right loan product that's perfect for them. And then, I guess
that,
the deal is you got to get pre-approved for a certain loan amount from a lender with a rate that you feel comfortable with and look at the down payment assistance programs, which both Aimee and I could help you with, folks. So that interests you.
that's
Yeah,
right.
this sounds ideal. It sounds like you take a lot of the stress away for people on the loan end, and then I can help them find what's on the market, on the MLS. I know people go to Zillow, they go to Trulia, but not everything's listed there. You have to talk to a realtor and get in and look at the MLS, which is where all of the postings are about the new listings, the coming soon listings, even the off-market listings. That's another thing in terms of saving money. I know we're talking about saving money today, and that's something I want to help your borrowers who are all, pre-approved to be able to look at market off-market properties. And that's something realtors have access to. That's not something you're going to find on Zillow. It's a nice experience where you're like the only person in some cases when you're dealing with off market that's coming in to put in a bid. So you're not caught in a bidding war, which is a nightmare, especially out here in Southern California for folks. Basically, realtors, we are all members of something called the multiple listing service. The number one way, and when you join a realtors association, you also get access to the MLS, and we all commit to market property for our clients on the MLS, which is just lovely because then it notifies all the realtors of your open houses, etc. But there's a lot of information in there. There's a lot of information about properties that are no longer available, or someone that, had second thoughts about it because they weren't happy with the prices
Mm,
being offered, or somebody, in some cases, family emergency, like they started to market it and then they had to withdraw to deal with some family issues. That's a very common thing. So having a realtor
mm,
help you kind of identify that is very important. I know a lot of buyers are like, oh God, I don't want to be in a bidding war, but this is one way of getting around that. And then the peace of mind you have by working with you to like, you shop out for all the loans for them, and then they get, the best rate for them. And they know they can have the confidence that they just didn't go to like 3 banks or 5 banks and they got what they got. You're going to shop it out to several different lenders, and that's
yeah,
a real asset to them. Then they can have some confidence when, it's sent out to 100 lenders that they got the best rate they could get.
that's right. That's why I love being a mortgage broker because I can just shop rates at a glance using the technology that's given to me with Groves Capital. And so I feel very good about being able to offer that service to my borrowers. And another thing I want to mention, this is kind of on the other end of down payment assistance, but if you do have extra money and you want to buy a home, consider buying down your rates. So it's not for everybody. Again, you've got to have the extra money to be able to buy down the rate because it is costly. It's an added expense. But if you're planning on being in the home for more than, I would say, 4 years, it's totally worth to buy down the rate. And
Yeah,
then I can
absolutely.
compare, what the rates would be at certain price points, and you can make the decision how much each one of those rates is going to cost, and then you can just go from there.
Want to encourage folks to give us a call, give Aimee a call. You should start with Aimee around loans. Aimee, what's your phone best number to reach you?
It's 661-388-1166. And Ariel and I work very hard for our clients. Um,
Absolutely.
we make a great team. I think, of course, I'm biased, but she's got such a caring heart, and she's going to do such a wonderful job. If you want to reach out, if you're looking in the LA area, Santa Clarita, Pasadena, well, all, all the LA communities, just reach out to her and you'll be really impressed and glad that you did.
Yeah, thank you, Aimee. And yeah, my number is you can reach me on my cell 626-375-8731. And we're putting the information in the description below, so you can reach the both of us. And if you want to have coffee with us, in a neighborhood that you're interested in, we're happy to come out and talk loans and talk real estate with you and have coffee. We're real relaxed, we're real casual, no pressure. And
That's
let me
right.
see if we can get you guys set up. So
Yeah, we would love to meet you. So just reach out. You've
no,
got a
not at
good
all.
team behind you that's going to work really hard to give you what you want and need. Then you can just let us do all the hard work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think sometimes when people kind of go off on their own and try the consumer sites, and it gives
Mhm.
you the illusion that you have all this information, but yet you have all these questions about what's the pre-approval process? How do I get in to see the property? Should I go in by myself? Who's gonna, talk to the other realtor for me? You get a little bit of information, just enough to make you dangerous. I like to joke, or my mom used to say that, just enough to be dangerous. And then you get in, and then you find out, with the information you get as a consumer, you have even more questions.
Mhm.
And that's where having someone like Aimee and myself to kind of guide you through everything really helps a lot.
And the bottom line is this: if you don't want to be renting anymore, if you want to own your own place and start building equity, have the freedom to make all the changes you want, and just like create generational wealth and create a, a true feeling of a home because you are the homeowner, then why wait? Just make the plunge. I don't know anybody that regrets buying a home. Maybe it feels overwhelming because it's the most expensive purchase that my clients have ever made and I've ever made. Of course it feels overwhelming, but I have never come across someone that said, gosh, I really regret buying.
Yeah, I think the only case that would ever happen is if you're gonna flip in 1 month. You're gonna buy and you're gonna sell the next month in a market that's
Mm.
going down. But anybody that can hold on, like buy a property and stay in it for 2 to 3 years, it doesn't matter kind of if the market's going up and down like this, ultimately it continues to go up.
And if you have any questions, just you can, I don't know, Ariel, where you're posting this, if it's on YouTube, you can even comment. We'll be sure to answer all the questions and
Absolutely.
we'll read your comments. We really would like your input. And thank you so much for watching us today.